They knew it was a trap. You knew it was a trap. But we walked into the trap anyway. And now, got to escape. Well, first, survive. On Steady Rolling Man presents Masks and Nyarlathotep.
And we shall start. You reach the third floor landing of the Hotel Indigo, a wide square of dim carpet and flickering light that felt strangely cut off from the rest of the building. Bert and Jacob moved ahead toward room 41, while Sir Edward and Lucky remained at the top of the staircase, watching the landing with growing unease. Lucky knew with every bone in his body that this was a trap. Bert turned the handle. The door swung silently open. Her body was arranged unnaturally across the blood-stained sheets, her arms cleanly severed at the shoulders. The precision of the murder somehow worse than brutality. Cold, deliberate, ritualistic. Miss Lee's face was turned towards the door, her eyes still open, consumed with unearthly terror. Bert's breath caught in his throat momentarily, and then 3 doors on the landing burst open in unison, and men in loose yellow and black robes surged out. Their expressions fervent and wild. Each carried a curved sickle, the blades catching the weak light as they advanced with sudden coordinated purpose and alarming speed. The landing erupted into chaos. The cultists pressed in with sweeping arch of their sickles. Gunshots cracked through the corridor as he reacted. Sir Edward tried to intercept one of the attackers, but a sickle caught him across the side, staggering him. Another robed cultist closed the distance to Lucky at the top of the staircase and struck him a savage blow. Lucky collapsed, slipping into unconsciousness. Jacob attempted to cover Bert, but another cultist reached him first. The sickle came down in a decisive blow, and Jacob crumpled, sprawling into unconsciousness beside the door to room 41. The landing was a frantic struggle. Gunfire, shouts, the sweeping of sickles, the thud of bodies hitting the carpet. Sir Edward fought to stay upright, wounded but still resisting, while Bert found himself nearly overwhelmed by the sudden assault. Things were looking grim. Sir Edward, wounded and pressed back towards the staircase, could barely keep his footing as the cultist advanced on him with another sweeping arc of his wicked sickle. Then, something impossible happened. A beam of pale, star-like radiance erupted from Sir Edward. It burst from him without sound, cold, focused, and utterly unnatural. The light struck the cultist squarely in the face. His skin reacted instantly, reddening and blistering under the silent radiance as he staggered backwards, clawing at the air, screaming in agony. As Sir Edward's assailant fell, the beam of pallid light faded, leaving only faint outlines of floating spectral stars in its wake. Bert seized the moment. He raised his gun and fired, dropping the remaining cultist before he could recover from the shock of the sudden flare of light. Below, the hotel erupted into shouts and screams. Guests startled by the gunfire, staff calling out in confusion, footsteps pounding on the floors beneath them. On the landing, Lucky stirred first, groaning as consciousness returned. Jacob followed moments later, dazed and pale but alive. Sir Edward leaned heavily against the wall. All 3 were bleeding profusely. Bert, the only one uninjured, moved quickly. Up, come on, all of you. We need to move. The 4 of you, battered and limping, crossed the landing together. Slipping into one of the rooms the cultists had emerged from, you were relieved to find it empty and shut the door behind you. Now, moments later, after hurried and most ineffectual attempts to bandage wounds, you look at each other, contemplating your next move. Shouts, screams, banging doors, and other frantic sounds from below, indicating that it likely won't be long before you have company. What are you going to do?
I think you're going to have to help us get out of here. I don't think we can explain what's in the corridor. We just have to go.
The stairs.
Looking at each of you, Lucky has got quite deep gash across his chest. Jacob has got quite a nasty wound to the stomach, which is still bleeding quite a lot. And Sir Edward has a similarly deep wound to his shoulder. But you can see, obviously, all 3 of your colleagues look particularly poorly. I think that you'd probably assess that out of the 3 of them, Jacob is probably the one that looks the worst.
Help Jacob walk. We came up the main staircase. Do we see a fire escape?
No, you didn't. and you didn't actually see another staircase. It didn't carry on up the staircase, so you'd imagine that there must be another staircase somewhere on this floor that leads upwards. Hold on a second. But you're kind of glancing around, trying to get your bearings as the other three are resting. But you can see that the window from the room that you're currently in opens onto an alleyway behind the hotel. But you're on the 3rd floor, so it's about 30 feet up, and obviously it's quite hard ground. It's the concrete. There is a drain pipe that is within reaching distance of the window. Can you make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
Have failed my spot hidden roll.
Okay.
I'm feeling the pressure, obviously.
Yeah. The rest of you, right? It's pretty obvious. There is a kind of a half-drawn curtain on the far wall of the room opposite the door you came in, which seems to be half concealing another door. It looks like an adjoining door to another room.
Should head through that. So you looked out the window, and as far as we can see, there's no fire escape.
Well, you're going to go now look out the window as well?
Look out, yeah.
Okay. Make a spot hidden roll, please.
No, I concur. There's I can't even see the floor.
Okay. Yeah, so you can't see a fire escape from the window that you're currently looking out of in the room that you're currently in.
Okay, let's do as Lucky suggested and hustle through into this adjoining room and see if there's anything more forthcoming in the next room.
Okay.
We could take our chances with the general confusion downstairs and run down the main staircase. Hobble.
I think we're obviously involved, and they saw us come upstairs. We are obviously not local.
Blood.
Yeah.
And I'm covered in blood. Yeah,
exactly.
I could.
Should we blame it on New China? Say they're attacking all the guests?
I just want to. I just don't want anybody to even see us.
I think that should be Plan B if we do get caught.
I agree with that. That's quite a good plan. But let's see what we can get out of here scot-free first.
Okay. You make your way to the door. Who's going to the middle door? Just out of interest.
I'll go first.
Okay, but you get to the middle door. You try it. It's locked. As you do that, you can hear some voices from outside the door, which you hear a shout. You think it's probably coming from down the stairs. You would guess from the distance of the shout, but it's in Chinese. None of you can speak Chinese, can you?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the door's locked.
I shall encourage the door open with my foot.
Okay. Can you make a strength roll for me, please, with advantage?
Okay, that is a success.
Okay. The door's is quite flimsy. It's a joining door, and there's not much of a crack before the door gives away, and you find yourself in the next room, which is more or less it is a mirror image of the room that you're already in.
Okay. Go to the window, see if I can see any way out.
Okay, you go to the window, and at first you think there's nothing, but then you realise you kind of catch a glimpse to the left of a metal platform, which is just slightly along the wall from the window you're looking out on. So you guess that there might be another room or a toilet as part of this room, and it looks like the window potentially opens out onto the fire escape.
Okay. Look for the toilet area and see if I can find this window.
You head over.
While Bert is looking through the next room, I'll have a look around, see if there's a chair in the first room, in room 39.
Yeah, there's a desk there's a desk with a chair next to it.
Okay, I'll try and lift up the chair quietly, take it over to the drawer and jam it under the handle.
Righty-ho. Yeah, you're able to do that. Either of the other two doing anything whilst these things are occurring?
I don't think Jacob's really up to anything else, so just let the others do this.
Okay. Yeah, but you see the door to the bathroom, and lo and behold, there is actually exits from the bathroom window, which it's not easy, but it's like an emergency exit onto the fire escape.
Okay. I'll get this window open and encourage the others to come through. I'll go through it first, and then try to help Jacob to follow me.
Okay.
So by the looks of things, Jacob's injured the most, and then Lucky, and then Sir Edward.
Yeah, I mean it's difficult to tell between you and Sir Edward, but sorry to everyone lucky, but Jacob's definitely the one that looks the worst. Bear with me a sec. Okay. You all head through following Bert. You're just going to head out onto the fire escape and then down.
Yes.
Stagger down.
You look down below you. You see that the fire escape drops into a darkish alley, which seems to be. Obviously, it's dark. There are some lights around in the alley, but not particularly bright ones. You can see it's cluttered with crates, so laundry lines. Yeah, another kind of general detritus. There doesn't seem to be anybody in the alleyway as you head down the fire escape.
Okay, good.
Okay, you all make it to the ground level from the fire escape without any further issues. Obviously, some of you slower than others, but yeah. So you now in the alleyway behind Hotel Indigo. What are you going to do?
Okay, I'll try to get my bearings about which way is the the alleyway a dead end? Is it open at both ends?
Okay, you see if you can have a look. Are you just going to go and sort of kind of scout around a little bit?
I'll
Yeah.
leave the bleeding ones at the bottom of the fire escape and I'll just have a quick scout to see if it's open at both ends. And I want to try and work out where the front of the hotel is.
Okay. And you want to go in the opposite direction?
Yes, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Can you make a... What should we say? Yeah, spot hidden roll, please.
That is a hard success.
Excellent. Okay. The alleyway is a dead end. Off to the right, so you can see that if you go back, come to the bottom of the fire escape. If you go off to the right, it's a dead end. If you go off to the left, it circles round and then joins a road which goes out the front of the hotel. There is a branch which goes like a smaller alleyway which leads off into like a kind of built a chaotic maze of alleyways and small shops and residences, like blocks further back from the riverside.
Okay, well that will do us. We're not going towards the front of the hotel. Well,
Okay.
I'll get the group and let them know what I have determined, and we'll head towards this maze-like area. I think.
Okay. Right. Oh, somebody's rolled. Okay, so if you look at the map, okay, you should be able to see like a little black dot on it. Here.
Yes, I see that.
The black dot is where the Hotel Indigo is. So you're basically heading off west from there, away from the Wangpu River, sort of deeper into the kind of heart of the city.
And where was our hotel again? Is that 12?
Your hotel's over here.
Yeah.
To the north.
Okay.
How far is that, or how long is that going to take to walk?
Well, it's a mile just over.
So about 6 to 7 hours in your state, Jacob.
Jacob's not up to that.
It's going to take you a good 15, 20 minutes, isn't it, in the current state that you're in? Probably 20 minutes. Okay, so you head into that kind of more chaotic area of the city. It's dark, as I said. Where are you actually trying to head towards? What are you trying to do at this stage? You're just trying to get as far as you can away from the hotel.
Yeah, but they know who we are. They know where we're staying. We need to get everything out of the hotel, and then we need to hole up somewhere. So we need to decide where we're going to go. The only two places I can think of is the Madam's place or the Evil Doctor's place, or potentially British Embassy Consulate if there is one here. The latter.
Chang should be able to find us somewhere, shouldn't he?
Well, do we want to get him? How we trust him, but how much do we trust him?
Do we trust him enough to get him killed like everybody else we speak to?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think if we do contact him, maybe by messenger.
I think
telephonism first.
I think right now, this very moment, what we need to do is to find another hotel, any old hotel. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
And
just for the night.
you guys hide in the alleyway whilst I go and get a room, and then we find a way of sneaking your
make sure you get a
bloody
room
bodies in.
Get a room with access to the fire escape, and then we'll come at the fire escape.
Yeah. So that's what I think we need to do.
Don't
Just
the
to
hole
find
up.
another hotel. The randomer, the better, in fact.
Yeah, but my concern is that won't keep us there for long, because if they've got a good footprint in the city, it won't be long before they find us again.
No,
So
I don't expect it to be long. This is
just
literally a tonight problem.
Yeah, but I also think that you need, because you're the only one that can do it, you need to get that trunk out of the hotel.
Yeah, we do.
So first things first, I need to lie down. I am going to bleed out again.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We need to get a hotel. Doesn't matter where.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's head. Just walk the first hotel we find.
Yeah.
So walk north towards our old hotel. So
Okay,
parallel to the Wangpo River.
You're walking down quite a narrow road when you see a merchant pulling a hand cart suddenly comes out of a side entrance and starts heading in your direction. You see to start with he's just going about his business, but then as he gets closer, it happens that there's a street light quite close to where you currently are, and he looks at you, and you can see his eyes kind of widen with shock as he sees the state that you're in. He says something in Chinese and pulls his cart away across the road. You see he makes his way quickly to the side of the road and then disappears into a building.
We need to get some kind of coverings or something. We need to steal a coat or something. It's a bit late in the evening for people to have washing out, isn't it? But we need to.
Well, actually, there are quite a lot of pieces of clothing on washing lines still. It's still fairly warm.
Sheets.
I'm going to steal the nearest one that I can find.
Okay.
I'll need to do the same.
Yeah, Jacob does too.
Okay.
Use that handcart, or did he take it into the building with him?
No, he didn't take it into the building with him. But can I get Jacob to roll a luck roll, please?
That is a fail.
Okay. Jacob, as you're wiping blanket, you basically, all of you find like an open courtyard, which is behind a row of tenements. The gate to which is open, and there is a big washing line full of washing on there. So you all go in there and help yourself to blankets, etc. But Jacob's the last one out, unfortunately, and you suddenly hear a shout from behind you. Oh yeah, hey, you there? You're taking my washing. You hear some footsteps running down a wooden staircase. What are you going to do?
I'll shout over, throw some money at them.
Jacob, you turn and you see an elderly woman and a man, probably in his kind of late 60s as well, at the door to their house. She has a face like thunder until she sees the state that you're in, and then you can see the kind of fear spread across her face. And the man says something to her in Chinese, and she quickly retreats back into the house. He pulls something from beside the door, which turns out to be a sword stick, and he advances slowly towards you with this sword stick in his hand.
I've already Colt 1911 at him.
And me. Just indicate, wave it at him to go back inside.
Yeah.
Back off.
Okay, he immediately drops the sword stick, freezes. First he puts his hands up with his eyes wide, and then he drops down in front of you on his knees, still looking at you, but like adopting a completely submissive pose.
Just walk away. Carry on the way we were heading.
Quickly.
Tuck my gun back into my jacket. But I will keep it in my hand, put my hand inside my jacket.
And just keep going as quickly as I can.
Okay. You round the corner of the next alleyway across the way from the courtyard, and you see a hotel, the Jade Lantern. Quite a small hotel on the corner, but this particular part of the area, it's beginning to be slightly less crowded, and it doesn't actually look as rough as some of the streets and areas you just crossed.
Can we look around it? Can we want to find if it's got a fire escape, and if it has, is there a room?
Or ground floor rooms.
Or a ground floor room, yeah.
It's only a 2-story building.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So it's not a very big hotel at all.
We could work with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ground floor room.
Find somewhere to hide, guys. I'll try and get a ground floor room.
Preferably one that's at the back.
Are we going to form a human pyramid?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'd suggest try and get a ground floor room. I don't really feel up to climbing fire escapes again.
Yeah, I'll go in and do my best. Englishman abroad, I guess.
You don't find it difficult to acquire a ground floor room at a very small cost. So you are given a key.
Okay.
Room for the night.
Go into the room and open a window. So and then I'll just have a look out so I can suss where that window is. Then go back round to the guys and show them where the window is.
The window opens out onto a small cobbled yard behind the hotel, and there's a path which leads to a gate in a wall at the back, which offers where the road is. So you can literally just walk in the back garden and then up to the back window. The second floor, the rooms kind of overhang the bottom floor, so you kind of go underneath the second floor. So it's quite good because with that and also the wall means that you can't really be seen from the road. Okay, you're going to head in.
Yeah.
Okay, you find yourself in a fairly basic 2-bedded room with looks comfortable enough, but not quite the same level of opulence that you're used to. You think maybe off in the distance you can hear whistles, bells, and horns. You're not sure whether it appears that there's some sort of, whether it's your ears playing tricks on you, but there's definitely some sort of kerfuffle that you can still hear in the direction of the Hotel Indigo. You think you're about you reckon that you probably put yourself about 3/4 of a mile away from it so far, and you've been through a lot of winding alleyways and crisscrossing of streets. So you think that you have a fairly confident that it would be difficult unless somebody actually was directly following you from the hotel that they'll come across you now.
We've got ourselves so lost we've doubled back on ourselves twice and we're actually next door to the old hotel.
Yeah.
That actually went better than expected.
Don't say things like that.
No, I didn't say it went well.
We're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to gingerly collapse onto one of the beds. Really not good for anything.
We are going to find it very, very difficult to move around the city now because we were seen going into the hotel. The police will know, they'll have our descriptions. So not only are we going to have cultists after us, we're going to have the police, all the authorities after us. And we're separated from our gear, which we need to get back before it gets stolen from us. Because even if the cultists don't take it, the police will find out where we were staying and will confiscate whatever it was that we had in the safes there. So we'll lose it all if we don't move it quickly. But we need to retrieve it, and we need to hole up somewhere until we can, one, cover from our wounds, and two, come up with alternative disguises.
So we need to retrieve all our items tomorrow morning, first thing, as soon as we can get to the hotel, as soon as they're likely to open the safe.
What time of night is it now?
You look at your watch. It's 9:45.
We could do it. Well, there's no reason why Bert couldn't go now and get it.
What I was thinking. At least we'd probably be a couple of steps ahead of the authorities at the moment. It'll take them a little while to link it to us.
Bert's not injured, so you could get a taxi there.
That makes sense.
Get it dropped off away from there, but not here, because they might find the taxi driver who might be able to say where you were dropped, and we meet you and carry it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go get that stuff. Look after yourselves, guys.
Where will we meet you?
I'm coming back here.
Yeah, no, but you can't come back here. Are you going to carry it after you get dropped off in a different location?
Oh, I will take a taxi to one location, then I'll get a different taxi to another location, then I'll get another taxi to here. not my first rodeo, Lucky.
Sounds like you've done this before, mate.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to
Be-
leave and you're going to head towards the Astoria.
Be
Yes.
safe.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I will head out and see if I can find a taxi
Okay.
and ask it to take me to that doctor's address, and then from the doctor's address I'll ask them to take me back to the hotel.
Okay.
So 2 taxis there. I'll do similar on the way back.
Okay. You're back outside now in the bustling nighttime streets of Shanghai. You head by taxi. It doesn't take you very long to get to the Astoria. Okay. What are you going to do? Get out? Pay them out?
I get out, pay them out, and head in. Just I think I will go straight to the bar for a drink.
Okay.
Why do I get a feeling that you're going to run into a couple of intellect devourers?
Okay. You head into the Astoria. Everything seems to be normal and calm in there. You head to the bar, order a drink.
Find a seat with my back to the wall and just observe the hotel for a moment before I head up to the room.
Okay. Okay, can you roll a percentile dice for me, please?
Rolled a 47.
Okay, you kind of look around the hotel. Everything seems to be as it was when you were here last. A mixture of all different types of clientele, business people, holiday makers, sightseers. Nothing untoward seems to from your current vantage point.
I'll head up to the room. When I get to the door, so look to the corridor to make sure that there's no one in the corridor with me.
You're going to go up in the lift, or you going because it's right at the top of the.
I'll walk,
Okay. Okay. You go up the stairs.
get my steps in.
Mm-hmm. You go all the way to the 6th floor, and what you're going to do when you get to the landing, which opens and leads to your doorway.
Head to the doorway. Corridor's empty.
Yeah, there's only the corridor's empty. It's like a mini landing. There's only 2 doors that exit this mini landing, both of which are the large suites, one of which you're in.
I will draw my handgun and then open the door and go into our room.
Okay. Make a spot hidden roll for me.
That is a success.
Okay. You move away from. You start to head across the landing from the top of the staircase, and before you've taken more than 3 steps, you notice that the door to your room is slightly ajar.
Okay. Well, that saves me getting the key out of my pocket. I will approach the door, gun out, and sneak in. I'll open the door very slowly, sneak in, check my corners as I go, and see who's in the room.
You head to the door. You push the door open. Some faint light kind of spills into the room from the landing, and you see that the room's been turned over. All the drawers have been pulled open. All of your clothes and stuff are all thrown everywhere. Things turned upside down. It's a total mess.
Well, go look at the empty space where our trunk full of things were, I guess.
Oh, the trunk is in the safe. I had it moved to the safe. So
yes.
So all the really good stuff should be safe.
In the room safe?
No, it should be. No, it's all our stuff. The
You had it.
stuff.
Sorry, it's my fault because it's such a long time since we last played. It was moved to the strong room before you left.
Yeah.
If you
Right. No, I do not remember.
Yeah, I had it. I had it all moved.
It's such a stressful night that you totally forgot, which is understandable after everything that you've been through.
Yeah.
But suddenly you realise that actually, as you start to panic, even though it doesn't take away the fact that somebody's been through all of your stuff, but the trunk full of all of the artifacts, as it were, is actually in the strong room downstairs.
I suppose all of our passports and documents were up here, though.
They were.
Put those?
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume they're all now missing.
Are you going to start looking around, yeah?
I'll look for them, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they are no longer here.
Okay. I'll head back down to the strong room now.
Okay.
Get our things from there.
Anything else of value that you'd have left behind? I guess actually most of the stuff you'd either be carrying or would be in the strong room. Most of the stuff is just going to be clothes and things like that, isn't it? And just general personal items.
Yeah.
Okay, you head back downstairs, and you're going to go and speak to the night porter.
Yep.
Okay, you speak to the attendant on the desk. It says, "Good evening, sir. May I be of assistance to you?"
Yes, I'd like to remove my items from the storage, please.
Of course, sir. Do you have your room key?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you, sir. And do you have any identification, sir?
No, I don't think I do. Because I've left it up in my room.
Sorry, sir. I will need to see some identification if you wish to remove the.
Well, what sort of identification would you need? How have you got it listed? Have you got it listed against?
Let me have a look at the. He says yes. 4 of you here, sir. One of your passports would be fine.
Okay, no problem. Just give me my key back. I'll go to the room and get it.
Of course. He hands you the key back.
Okay. I shall go to the stairs. Wait at the bottom of the stairs for I don't know, 10 minutes, long enough for me to walk up the stairs and not back again, but I'm not actually going to do the bother of walking yet.
Okay.
And then go back to the night porter.
Oh, hello again, sir. Did you manage to...
My room has been robbed. What sort of establishment are you running here? It's been turned over. Everything is everywhere. My passport, all of our documents, my clothes have been stolen. My wife's jewelry's been stolen. What sort of place are you running?
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, I'm sorry. Please, sir, if you just keep your voice down, and you see a few people starting staring, or there's a bit of a scene being created. I'm terribly sorry. Please, you say that your room's been broken into.
Yes, and now I desperately want to see my things that are in the strong room to make sure you're not robbing me. Here's my room key. Get my things from the strong room now, son. Come on.
Well, sir, we must investigate what's happened to your room first.
No, need to make sure my things are all right first. I already see that my stuff's been taken upstairs.
Can you make either a persuade or an intimidate roll, whichever one you prefer? Or a fast talk, for that matter.
Oh yeah, no, intimidate is what I prefer.
I felt that's what you were trying to do, actually. So
yeah, unfortunately, I rolled 80, which I'm not that intimidating.
Look, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I understand that you're. I understand that why you're so upset, but please, we do have hotel policy, and it needs to be followed. So the first thing we need to do, sir, is go up and have a look at your room and find out what's happened. You need to call the police, which we will, and these things need to be dealt with properly. So please, if you'd just like to come through here, sir, for a second, I will call the night manager, and then we will accompany you up to your room.
Okay. I'll go through with him, and I'll wait for the night manager.
Okay, you wait for a few minutes when a tall, Oriental-looking fellow comes through the door. Terribly sorry. I understand there's a problem.
Yes, there is.
And we've called the police. They should be here soon. Please, if you'd like to accompany us upstairs, we can have a look at what has happened.
Okay.
Okay. There's 2 more of the hotel staff and him go upstairs with you, just to witness. The door hasn't been forced. When were you last here, sir?
This morning.
This is most disturbing. I'm terribly sorry. This is nothing like this has ever happened before here, so it's a bit of a loss to explain it. Is there much missing?
Well, take a look. For a start, I can't find any of my passports or the passports of my companions. This was supposed to be a lovely trip to see the beautiful Shanghai, the Pearl of the Orient, I was told. And now here we are. And I got to tell you, this place was recommended to me. It's not working out as nicely as I thought it was going to be. I am very concerned about my items in the strong room, now that I've seen this. My clothes are everywhere, my passports, all my documentation. Luckily, I've got my scratch with me, so I'm not short of money. But
I do understand, sir. I do understand your concern. Well, if you'd like to come with me, maybe we can go and have a look to make sure that. But if they're in the strong room, so then your items will be safe.
Oh,
It's
good.
probably just as well they are there. Otherwise,
Oh,
they would have
very much so.
suffered the same fate.
I know. I'm a little bit upset about this, but I must say you are dealing with this very well. You're very professional. I am impressed. So thank you for helping me.
Well, yeah, I don't really know what else I can say, sir, at this stage. But suffice it to say that you will be compensated for this. Please do not worry about that. This is not how. This is not the type of security operation we normally run here. We understand that security is paramount importance to our foreign guests. So again, I can only apologise. Hopefully, the police will be here soon. So, shall we? Do you wish to remain here, or I'll leave 2 of my men here for now. I'm going to go back downstairs. Do you wish to accompany me, or?
Yes, I'll come around. But could we just have a look at my things in the strong room whilst we wait for the police?
Of course, yeah, of course. I wouldn't want to make this any more distressing for you than it already is. It's okay. You go back downstairs. He runs downstairs as well. He grabs the keys and heads to the strong room. Please, sir, if you just remain here, he says as he goes into the strong room.
Of course. I respect your security awareness.
Comes back out and says, "Yes, I can assure you, sir, that the chest is still there. Everything."
And did you open it?
I don't have the key, sir. Do you have the key?
I do have the key. Yes. Can I come with you and just double check what everything's in there? You can watch me the whole time, of course.
Of course, if you have the key, then that will suffice as evidence that it is in fact yours. You must realise that we.
Oh no! If you were giving my stuff away to any old random who said they were my friend, I'd be so upset. So I'm very, very pleased to see how you are performing, sir.
Of course, yes. Please, yes, this way. He takes you into the kind of open area of the strong room, and he drags the chest through. So I believe this is yours. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Looks all no issues here.
I'll just put the key. I'll just put the key in.
Yeah.
I'll just move it enough to prove that it is mine. I'll double check it's mine, but I'm not going to open it.
Okay. So you're going to turn it and then just lift the lid ever so slightly to prove that it's actually.
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to engage the key enough to prove it to myself. I'm not even going to open the lid because I don't 100% remember how lucky we trapped this sucker. I just remembered the word grenades.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the key's turning and it looks like it hasn't been opened, I think I'm all right with it.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. So I can see that obviously that is the key that fits the chest. And again, please accept my apologies. Are you wishing to keep the chest in here now, or do you wish to take it out?
Can I take it with me? If that's okay.
Of course. The police should be here any minute.
Excellent. Thank you.
Please have a drink on the house, please.
That's very kind. I'll take the chest and I'll head towards the bar.
He summons one of the staff, and we can help you with the chest if you like, sir.
No, it's okay. I'll carry it. I'm used to it. You see, I'm the bag man for Sir Edward. I'm always carrying this stuff around.
Yes, well, it's quite concerning, especially when Sir Edward and your other colleagues hear of the news. They won't be sure they won't be very happy. Are they here also? Or?
No. They're still sightseeing. Like I said, I'm the bag man. I always get sent to do the fetching and the carrying. You know how it is.
Yeah, indeed I do, sir. Well, yes, please have a drink, and as soon as the police arrive, I will send them through to you.
Thank you so much. I'll see you shortly. I'm sure you must be busy with other things, managerial stuff.
Well, yes, of course, but nothing is a higher priority than the safety and security of our guests, and in this type of situation, it is It's most embarrassing. I can only apologise again. If you could apologise to your master on our behalf when you see him before he's back here, please, and we will deal with the fallout afterwards. I'm sure that we can come to some sort of compensatory arrangement for this.
I appreciate that.
Okay, he bustles off, looking hassled and just a bit frustrated.
Okay. If I head towards the bar, if I'm out of sight of them,
Mhm.
I'm moving.
Okay. You head towards the bar, then you kind of like veer off to the left through the side door of the hotel and then away, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you make a spot hidden roll for me?
Oh, I've made it.
As you head towards the bar, you turn to the left and then head towards the side door out of the hotel. You see two gentlemen that are standing by the lift. At first, you don't think anything of it, but as you head out through the side door, you kind of have to turn around to get the door open with your foot and then get the trunk through. And as the door closes behind you, you just look back over your shoulder and you see that the two of them are watching you, and they start to walk towards the door as you leave.
Okay.
You find yourself outside now in the bustling streets once again. Obviously, it's dark, quite cold now as well.
Yeah, I'll try and get a taxi.
Okay. Can you make a luck roll for me, please?
Oh, no, that is 64. That is over my luck.
Okay.
Not by much, but a miss as good as a mile.
Okay, you try and hail down the first taxi that comes past, but unfortunately another couple of tourists just jump in front of you and get that one, and then it speeds off into the night. You're now aware of the fact that the two gentlemen that you saw in the hotel lobby have followed you through the door, and they are no more than about 20 yards down the road. As you're standing on the edge of the road trying to get a taxi, you can see them walking slowly towards you.
Okay. I'll head towards the river and see if I can pick up another taxi.
Okay.
Closer,
What, are you going to head towards
river.
the river on foot, yeah?
I'll put, yeah.
Okay. You obviously can't walk very fast because you're just kind of lugging this huge thing with you. Okay.
Well, I need Lex. He could have just popped it on his shoulder and run along like nothing was happening.
Yeah. Okay. You begin to head towards the river. You are now aware of the fact that the men are following you, and they're moving. They're walking quickly, and then they're catching you up. They're now about 20 yards behind you. You're kind of pushing your way through all the crowd on the side of the road. Sometimes you step out in the road. There's like traffic. It's quite chaotic traffic everywhere. But they every time you look back, you kind of catch a glimpse of them closing in a bit closer on you.
Okay. I'll duck into. I'm not going to get away from them. I'll just duck into an alleyway and wait for them to catch me up.
Okay, you duck into an alleyway. Make a stealth roll for.
That's a hard success.
Wow. Okay, I was about to say if you get a hard success. Okay. Miraculously, using the chaos of the streets and the amount of people that are out, and you know, even with the large chest that you've got, you duck into an alleyway, and you find the alleyway that you duck into has got like another archway, which you push through like a little curtain onto the street, and you just stand there and think, actually, this is a really, really good hiding place. You're just going to wait, yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, you see a figure walk past the kind of wicker curtain that you've slipped in behind into the head of the alleyway. The figure takes a couple of steps forward and is basically he's standing no more than about 2 or 3 feet away from you, and he's got a big. You can just make out through the wicker kind of curtain that you're looking through that he's got a sickle in his hand. He's standing there, like just staring down the alleyway, and then you hear a sound, a few words spoken in Chinese from behind him, and he's called back, and he turns and heads back out of the alleyway, and you let your breath out.
I'll wait.
Okay. Your followers don't seem to return. All is now quiet.
Head back out to the main street and try to find a taxi or
or similar sort of transport?
You look up and down the street. As you do, you find you're pretty well. You don't see any sign of them, and yeah, you managed to grab a taxi now.
Okay, I'll ask the taxi to take me to the race course.
Okay, that is about the recreation ground. That is okay. Yeah, takes you to the recreation ground.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
get
and
out there, pay. Yeah,
and try to find another taxi.
There's quite a lot of taxis around this area, so that's not difficult.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah.
And then the second taxi I'll ask to take me back to the hotel.
Okay. You arrive back at the Jade Lantern about 11 o'clock. Just gone 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
You make your way in through the unassuming lobby. The desk attendant barely nods at you as you walk through the door. Head down the corridor to your room.
Hey. Go into the room. See how my blood brothers are doing.
They look quite similar to how they did when you left them.
What? You mean they're not completely healed in the time it took me to go to the hotel? I'm so disappointed.
A short rest.
Yeah.
Hopefully you brought the healing scrolls.
Well done, Sergeant. Glad to see you back. Good job. How fares it at the hotel?
Not good. Our room had been completely searched.
Well, I suppose it was to be expected. Any items stolen?
Yeah, everything. If it wasn't in this trunk, it's gone.
I think if we're to leave Shanghai, we need to call on Mr. Chang. Replacement documents. Again.
I have my passport with me, but I don't think we're going to be leaving Shanghai anytime soon, are we? We still have things to do here.
Yes, we're certainly not done yet. Everything, all our items in the chest, they're all safe and sound?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, Sir Edward, I didn't open it because I couldn't remember what Lucky did to it. All I can remember was that there were grenades involved. And I didn't spend all that time in France to get blown up by a grenade in Shanghai.
No, that would be unfortunate.
I think it's a fair bet that it hasn't been opened. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in quite the condition that it is now. I can double check if you want.
Yes, please, mate.
I'll open it in such a fashion that it doesn't go off when I open it.
Okay. Yes, you are absolutely spot on. It has not been tampered with in any way, shape, or form, and is exactly as you left it.
Okay, I'll seal it back up again.
We need to contact Chang first thing and get him to find a discreet doctor. I think most of us need some fairly urgent medical attention.
And somewhere where we can hole up for a goodly time. And then we need to sit down and think about what we're going to do. Or lie down and think about what we're going to do.
Tomorrow is Sunday, by the way.
So we are spending a couple of nights in this hotel just resting up then.
Yeah.
Any way we can get some whiskey from the reception or restaurant? I need some painkillers.
I think I can manage that.
Thanks, Bert.
I'll head back out and track down a bottle.
Okay. That is not difficult to do. Unfortunately, it gives you only the very briefest of respites from your grievous wounds. But okay, so what's the plan? Firstly, for the rest of the evening, is there anything else? Bearing in mind it's now like 11:30.
Yes. Sleeping.
Think about half a dozen whiskies.
Okay.
And hope it doesn't leak out of the stomach wound.
You have actually stopped losing blood now.
You haven't got any left.
So it's just whiskey that's coming out.
Your blood is now 40% proof.
Okay, so you're just going to rest this evening, obviously. Then, okay, so the night passes uneventfully. For three of you, it is a very unpleasant and uncomfortable night. There's only 2 beds in this room, by the way, so I guess that you can. The injured parties maybe can share a bed.
I'm happy on the floor.
Yeah. So you can't.
I don't really sleep anyway, so I'll sit in a chair and just watch the door until I pass out.
Okay. Light begins to seep in on Sunday morning through the shutters, and it casts a sorry picture of the four of you and cramped together in this 3-star hotel in blood stained clothes, wrapped in blankets. Yeah, it's a far cry from how you arrived. What's the plan for Sunday?
I honestly think we should just rest all day.
Yeah, I agree with this. Well, we can't go anywhere. We don't have any clothes. We need somebody to come and bring us a change of clothes. We need to see a doctor, and then we need somewhere where we can safely move to.
Yeah.
Also, see when the local press reports what happened.
Yeah.
Interesting to see the level to which it gets reported. If it's,
I could ask the reception if there's an English newspaper. It's not going to be out till Monday morning, but you know what I mean. Ask if there's an English language newspaper.
Well, there'll be, if there is, then they'll, and it does get reported, then there'll be descriptions of suspects, and we'll know how difficult it will be for us to move around.
Yeah.
But if they've got,
well, why don't we contact Chang? He's a journalist. He'd like to have his finger on the pulse, and plus we need his help to try and find
absolutely. But
that's definitely Monday morning job.
Yeah. Yeah. If they've got contacts in the police, I wonder whether they might try and suppress the story, because there's a lot of suspicious dead people with robes and sickles. That's not a normal murder. That might put emphasis on their activities that they might not want. We shall see. We'll find out on Monday, I guess.
Or if the story has changed, instead of the Order of the Bloated Woman, it becomes New China. New China terrorists attack.
Oh yes,
hotel.
We will see.
Okay, so
I'm just going to rest up, get room service.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to be seen. Well, actually, did you, when you booked this room, Bert, did you book it for all of us? Or
I booked it for one, just for me.
Yeah, so we're going to have to keep
stuck you in through the window. Yeah.
So we can't. We'll have to be quiet. We can't get room service because I know that there's more than one person in here. So you're going to have to nip out and bring.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to do shuttle in.
Well, at least you can hand food in through the window. Good thinking, getting the ground floor room. So I guess we need to think about next steps as we're sitting around during the day. I know we're resting and waiting to be able to contact Chang Monday morning. So we do need to think about what we do next. So yes, obviously a doctor is the first item on the list. But we do have to try to find out what Miss Lee was investigating. If she hadn't, I suppose we can't follow her leads because I lower my head as I speak. So we've got the stumbling tiger, but then there is this mysterious madam who trades information and other items. And she will be Madam Lin. She'll be our best bet.
Yes.
Or only lead at the moment. The stumbling tiger, we're not in a fit state. I'm not even sure if we can crawl into the stumbling tiger. But if Brady is in Shanghai, we do need to speak to him.
Okay. So I hear that Bert's going to be doing the
food getting. Yeah.
Food getting. Yeah.
He can be mother for the day.
Thanks.
Okay.
We'll
Sorry,
try and
clean
and dress the wounds as best we can.
Okay. I was going to ask that. So you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything in terms of medical care for today, then? It's just self-care only, is it?
But if you're able to procure any more bandages and such like, then we can at least try to clean wounds today and see if we could try again with a new medical kit, at least to prevent it getting worse, staving off an infection.
I could try. I'm not that keen on wandering around the city too much.
Maybe if the hotel has a medical bag that you could borrow.
I don't know how I'm going to explain that.
When you hand it back empty.
Yeah. I know I look fine, but I need a few thousand bandages, please.
Okay, so you're just going to stay in the room for the remainder of Sunday.
Yeah.
Lying low. Okay, and then that day just drags and drags. You spend most of it kind of in and out of consciousness. At least the three of you do. And once again, the night falls. Eventually, after what seems like a whole week, the grey light begins to seep in through the shutters, indicating the dawning of another day, Monday. What are you going to do? It's early Monday morning, about 7 o'clock.
How is everybody looking? Is there any chance of us moving out, or am I on my own again?
The main problem you have is that everybody's got all their clothes are completely blood soaked.
So I have a major wound.
And everybody, all three of you have major wounds.
Yeah.
Could you go and see Chang and see if he can arrange for a discreet doctor to come and visit us here? And
okay.
Perhaps get us some other clothes, and then we might be in a position to move.
Okay, that's the best plan. I'll go to visit Chang now.
Okay.
Or perhaps instead of visiting him, could you call him from here, just in case they know about him and he's being watched? All the officers are being watched.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, on that basis, Jacob could phone him, couldn't he? Does this room have a phone?
No.
Oh, okay.
You guess that
I'm going to go see him because I just feeling sufficiently untrusting that I don't want a voice on the end of the phone. I want to look him in the eye and
Plus,
say,
you never know who's listening in. There might be an operator listening in.
Yeah. So I'm going to go.
Someone could be with Chang.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to head out into the early morning streets of Shanghai. You're actually surprised when you step outside, but it's raining. It's the first time that it's actually been raining since you arrived here. As you're looking around for a taxi, you see there are various newspaper sellers on the streets. You can see quite a lot of Chinese headline newspapers, but there are some English ones too. And the first one that grabs your attention screams, "Tragedy at Indigo Hotel. Death laid at New China's door."
Nice. I'll buy a paper.
Okay. You grab a taxi, and taxi whisks you towards the Shanghai Courier. You quickly glance through the story, and you realise almost immediately that basically there's no description other than mysterious New China assailants blamed for the murder of an unnamed female. There's no descriptions of anybody. Very precious little detail whatsoever.
Okay. The others will be thrilled. I mean, I'm thrilled too.
Okay. You take the short journey, and then you step outside the Shanghai Courier.
I said that's not what I wanted.
New China headquarters. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Do not tip that taxi driver.
Okay. Bear with me 1 sec. Okay. You head inside. You see a copy of the Shanghai Courier, which is actually today's copy. As you go in through the doorway, just outside the main office door, the headline says, "Guests claim New China agents behind mysterious demise." Slightly less sensationalist approach than the one that you bought. You're going to go into the office.
Yeah.
Okay. A young gentleman comes up to you and says, "Morning. Can I help?" Kind of rubbing his eyes. He's only half awake.
Yes. Yeah.
We're not actually open yet, sir.
Try to do my poshest voice. Yes, I'd love to see the editor. He's expecting me.
Okay. What was the name, please?
Briggs. Albert Briggs.
Okay. He goes through into Chan's office and comes back out. Mr. Chang will see you straight away. Mr. Briggs, please follow me. He shows you through to to Mr. Chang's personal office. So Briggs, this is a surprise. You're bright and early. Please close the door behind you.
Is the door?
The door closed. Can I do you What can I do for you?
I see you running a story about New China.
Yep. There's been 2 attacks in the last few days. One you know about outside your hotel. One just recently at Hotel Indigo. This latest one is odd.
What do you know about it?
Very little. We can't really get any information out of the police or out of anybody at the hotel. Some sort of attack resulting in the death of an unnamed woman at this stage. But all our attempts at securing any type of information it stinks of a cover-up, to be honest. Something odd is going on. Why? He suddenly twigs. Why? Do you know something?
Sitting. Is he sitting?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll sit too.
Do you want tea, by the way?
No, thank you. We were there. We were attacked by the same assailants that killed your unnamed victim. Now I'm going to ask for some help. We need a doctor, a good one, who can be relied on to be quiet.
What the hell's going on?
Your unnamed victim, who's Li Mingyu.
Miss Lee? No. No. He stands up. That can't be right. Who's your source?
My 2 eyes. Okay. My 2 eyes stood there next to the bed. They killed her. Left her there. A warning. A trap. A trap meant for me.
He puts his head in his hands, and it was me that gave you her name. She was also careful. No, that can't be right. Are you sure?
I've seen a lot, my friend. This is amongst the worst thing I've ever seen.
But why her? What had she done?
Don't dig into this. Don't ask any more questions. Just print whatever cover-up you get given. Stay out of it.
I don't like to be spoken to like that, Mr. Briggs.
I'm just trying to keep you alive, my friend. Just trying to keep you alive. We're going up against dangerous people. Dangerous people across the entire globe who will just kill for no reason. Anyone who gets in their way. Don't want you to go the same way.
What is it you want?
We need a doctor. Good one.
Why can't you go to hospital?
I don't even know where the hospital is, Jack.
Well, I can tell you where the hospital is.
It's not safe for us out on the streets at the moment. Whoever these people are, we don't even know the name. We knew the name of their cult in Egypt. We knew the name of them in London. But whoever they are, they already ransacked our hotel room. They knew where we were staying. They followed me. Just need a little bit of help to get well.
To do with all this Ho Fang stuff, is it? This bloated woman stuff?
Yeah, that's right.
You're poking around in places you shouldn't have been poking around in, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. For a great length of time, on a great number of continents, because if we don't, the world might fall. That's how important this is. Just need a little bit of help.
I don't know what to think. This is just, what are you going to do if how badly injured are you all?
They attacked us with knives. We got serious cuts to the abdomen, arms, shoulders.
Why haven't you gone to the police? Probably that's...
I just waved my hands wide and shrug. That's not how this works. You know this.
The thing is, I don't. You come here talking all sorts of mumbo jumbo about cults and things. I don't know how it works. Somebody that I've felt... You come here, you tell me that somebody that I've felt a lot for a long time is dead for no reason because I gave her your name. It's a lot to take in, you can imagine.
I'm sorry. I brought death to your door.
Wasif said that you were into something deeper. I didn't realise it was this bad. You just need to get out of here, don't you, surely?
That's the plan. But once we need to patch up.
You need to just go to the consulate. Get you to the consulate. You'll be safe there. Get you patched up. And you can get you out.
Then that's the best route? You don't know anyone?
When you say I don't know anyone, of course I know people, but...
A doctor. Someone trustworthy.
But again, you could have better medical care at the consulate. Why does it need to be so on the hush-hush?
Because we've learnt that it's difficult to know who to trust.
I don't mean to be disrespectful to you, Mr. Briggs, but I don't really know you.
That's fair.
What you're telling me here is that this should be reported to the police, and if it's not, then that's an issue. I presume there were deaths, were there? Aside from Miss Lee,
Just nod.
It's just a doctor you want me to get you.
Just a doctor.
I'll get you a doctor, but only on the condition that you tell the police.
We get ourselves patched up, and we'll go to the station.
Where are you staying?
I'll tell them. Yeah, I'll tell them where we're staying.
Okay. You want me to get a doctor sent to the Hotel Indigo?
Yes, please.
This is the last favour that I'm going to do for you.
It's the last favour I'm going to ask.
Miss Lee needs to be avenged. Police need to know. Yes, there's corruption here, but there are lots of good men here too. We need to let law take its course. Whatever happened to that hotel, we need to get to the bottom of it. And whoever is responsible needs to be brought to justice. That won't happen by hiding in the shadows. Do you not believe in British justice, Mr. Briggs?
I know that sometimes justice can be blind and a little bit deaf and dumb, because it depends who's the men at the top dealing out that justice.
You're right. Okay, enough of the philosophising. I'll get you a doctor. You give me your word that you will tell the police what you know once you're better. Or even tell me what you know, and I'll tell the police if it needs to be like that.
That could work. We'll give you everything that we know, and you can take it on.
You can take it on in such a way that only those people that actually will do the right thing with the information will get to hear of it. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds all right.
Okay, he stands up. I'll get somebody sent over straight away. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. I'll go to shake his hand and then get out of there.
Okay, he shakes his hand. He's limp handshake. Okay. What are you going to do now?
Head straight back to the Hotel Indigo.
Okay. You get back to the hotel. Are you going to do anything?
No, I'll just go straight to the room.
Okay. You're just going to wait for a doctor to arrive?
Yeah, I'll just I'll speak to the guys and fill them in that there's a doctor's on the way. And say, what was I say? Right. Yeah, just let them know the doctor's on the way.
Okay, well, thank you for that, mate.
Did you manage to get us any replacement clothes?
No.
Any news about the authorities? Did you manage to get a paper?
Yeah, I just give them the paper that I got. It's pretty good news, to be fair. In such a cluster or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, it means that there's one less faction, as in the authorities, who'll be hunting us. But it also, the flip side of that is that they've got a greater stranglehold over Shanghai than we thought. Must take some power to be able to suppress a story like that.
When I was speaking to Yang, how do I get across to him how big this is without just pointing out you're a big-time journalist and you can't get anywhere with this. Can't trust. You're being fed rubbish from the police. Where's that coming from? Are they just trying to hide that they don't know what's going on? Or are they being told to keep it stum? I don't know, man. It's a mess.
Yeah, it could be.
Where's that? Sorry, Sir Edward.
Well, I was thinking it could be the local police there. They're in the pockets of this order. Whereas police that Chang deals with, different part of the city, they're less corrupt.
Is Chang going to help us? Continue to help us? Do you think? How much did you share with him about actually what happened?
I told him about Miss Lee. Felt like I had to. It's just an unknown victim in the papers. That ain't right. Poor Miss Lee.
How did he take that?
Yeah, super. Might as well kicked his cat and shot his dog whilst I was in there. Pretty upset, man. I don't know if we can count on him anymore. He doesn't... I don't know. I got to admit to you fellas, I misjudged him. I thought he was more savvy, that he knew about the underbelly, but he was shocked by the whole thing.
Shocked enough to turn us in?
Nah. I don't think so.
Perhaps we could talk to him again once the shock has subsided.
Maybe we come clean to him and tell him everything.
He seems to want to do the right thing. It's just that he doesn't really know the enormity of it.
The right thing will get him killed.
Wow. That's what I said to him. But actually, ask no questions. Back
But
off. Just stay alive, my man.
Well,
we need allies. We need especially someone with local connections and local knowledge.
He's a newspaper man. He's going to dig. We can't stop him, and he'll end up in the same way as Miss Lee.
Well, if we're open with him and he knows the risks, that's his choice.
Well, could you imagine saying what we know to somebody with no direct experience of it? He's going to think we're mad.
Well, we've done that before. You just toned down the supernatural aspects of it.
Make it sound like they're just crooks.
Well, they are a criminal organisation. It's just that we know they're a bit more than that.
Yeah, well, it's horrendous enough, even if you don't include any of the truth of the magic. If you can, the belief that they're using old religions and cults as a means to scare their victims. It doesn't really matter either way whether it's true or not, does it?
No. It's if the fact that they believe it's true and they act on it is all he really needs to know.
Yeah, because they're fanatics.
He does need to know how dangerous they are, and he can make his own choices.
Well, Chang's no spring chicken, is he? I mean, he does work for the Secret Service, so he is aware of the world of spies and secrets and lies. Obviously not aware how world-spanning this terror is.
Or maybe we educate him then.
He's only going to need to take one look at the three of us to realise how dangerous they are.
Well, exactly. And if he still won't listen, we've got some things in a box that we can show him.
Do you think Miss Lee was more than a friend to him?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Motivation. If we are going to lever him into helping us more, that could be an avenue we could take.
What? Revenge?
It's an unkind way to use people.
I was thinking that we'd just be honest with him. I don't think we would need to use leverage on him.
No, but it's motivation for him.
Well,
avenge his squeeze or save the world. I think the save the world might be the more compelling argument.
Yes, but save the world.
Perhaps we give him a day to
calm down.
To calm down, to have a think about things.
My only concern is if we give him a day, he tells the police where we are.
Well, we can always move again, can't we? Once we've had some medical treatment.
I got him we did a little promise that I'd bring all the info to him and he would go to the police with that. Or that we'd go to the police together. I don't think he's going to jump to the police straight away. But you're right.
Well, I suppose he has no evidence.
As soon as the doctor has been, it's a new hotel for us.
Yeah. Well, let's wait for.
And then perhaps if we're up to it, we can try and see the madam, or the former madam.
What? Someone to stay.
You talk amongst yourselves for the next hour or so, awaiting medical assistance. Just when you begin to give up hope, after another 2 hours have passed, you hear a soft knock on the door.
I'll get the door with my gun behind my back.
Okay, you see a man in his mid-30s, wearing a crisp, well-kept Western suit and round wire-rimmed spectacles, carrying a doctor's bag. His eyes narrow as you open the door. He squints at you. I am Dr. Edward Huang. I understand you're in need of medical assistance.
I'm in, Dr. Huang.
We are, Doctor. Come in.
You are Mr. Briggs.
That is correct, Doctor.
He comes in. So, what do we have?
We've been attacked, Doctor. We all have some fairly serious knife wounds.
Please tell me no more. Come here. I will start with you. He points at Jacob. He says nothing as he works. He doesn't comment on the severity of the wounds. He doesn't make any small talk. He doesn't ask any questions. His expression remains just one of concentrating on the work in hand. And he does everything. He spends it's almost 2 hours before he's completed everything that he can do on all of you. Jacob, from Dr. Huang's attentions, you receive 3 hit points.
Wow.
From from the medicine, the antiseptics. He's given you the medicine, the bandaging, the everything that he's done.
Jacob is now on 2 hit points.
Hey, once you okay. So Lucky. Ooh.
Oh yes.
You also have recovered.
He's very good, isn't he? Can we
Keep him.
keep him? Yeah, as a retainer. On a retainer.
Great job. Yeah.
He just raises an eyebrow and doesn't even speak. Carries on working. and Sir Edward, 2 hit points.
When you get older, it's harder to heal, isn't it?
Okay. Anybody that has now more than half hit points no longer has a major wound. So if you're on half or more hit points, you no longer have a major wound. Which means you will henceforth heal naturally. Dr. Huang says you two will recover. You I'm more concerned about. You probably need hospital, but you'll just have to see how it goes. Lots to pack his stuff away.
Thank you, Doctor. You may have saved our lives.
Again, he nods. He smiles thinly and leaves the room without any pleasantries at all.
Right, now that they are as fixed as they are going to get fixed, and there's no more additional bleeding to be done, I shall go out and go get them some clothes.
You can't have any clothes until you promise not to bleed on them anymore.
That's absolutely correct. Yes. This is why you can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Sir Edward, do you think you should take his advice?
How do you mean?
Hospital.
Or was it me he was sending to the hospital? Sorry, I thought it was you. I was mistaken. Eventually, yes.
There is
At
some.
the moment, that'd be okay.
Sorry, it was. I was under the impression that Jacob was still had a major wound. Am I wrong with that?
Did you say half or more?
Half or more? Yeah.
No, Jacob is just all right.
Okay, so
Okay,
are you all okay now in terms of none of you got major wounds anymore?
Yeah, Sir Edward is fine. He is
not
above
fine,
half
but
hit points. Yeah, he's above half hit points.
Okay,
I'm
That's
on
fine.
half.
that's fine then. All three of you will make should make a recovery. I didn't realise that. I thought you were still a major wound.
Okay, right, scrub that conversation. We're all fine. Forget the hospital. So in time, well, we're thankful the wounds weren't worse than they were. Dr. Wang is obviously very skilled. Yes, some bed rest needed, but I fear we don't have much time for that. We just have to keep out of harm's way for the next few days. Easier said than done.
But you have an easy time collecting some clothes. You have a slightly harder time dealing with the hotel manager, who isn't particularly enamoured with the fact that you have 4 people in a room that's only meant for 1, and he makes you pay the extra amount. Eventually, you are back in the room now.
Pay extra amount, put our clothes on, and just leave.
Where are we going to head to?
Somewhere else. Because, thank you, at least 2 people
Know where we
that
are.
we have spoken to know Hotel Indigo, so it's just got to be another hotel.
I wonder if we can rent somewhere. We can rent a room.
There are lots of smaller hotels, but the only thing is that you won't be able to get a hotel. There's not many hotels that have rooms big enough for all 4 of you to
Share.
to be in the same room. Yeah.
Unless we get hotels where we have adjoining rooms.
Yeah, and they generally tend to be the big ones that are on the bund and around the area that the Astoria is.
Yeah, in the international area.
Which is fine.
The only other option, gentlemen, is to find an abandoned building.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was actually thinking a boat in the harbour.
Don't have a lot of expertise with boats, but I have a fair bit of expertise on abandoned buildings.
That might be a better bet then. I wonder if we could find. Yeah,
Rougher the better.
Maybe a little uncomfortable, but I think that's
there are quite a lot. Well, you think that from your brief soiree down the Wang Pu, when you there probably are a number of warehouses that will be empty. But as Lucky just said, it's not going to be particularly comfortable or warm at night, for that matter, or necessarily safe either.
Yeah, we need somewhere where we can at least get a good night's sleep.
Well, let's just move around then. Let's just spend a couple of nights in a hotel, move to another one. We'll just move around a lot.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So aiming again for these middling hotels.
Okay. Any particular area that you wanted to move to, or are you going to stay in the same area that you're in at the moment?
No, we need to move around different areas because we don't want to be seen in the same area.
Let's head to the French concession next.
Mm. Well, somewhere where there's going to be more
areas with more Westerners.
More Westerners, yeah.
There are quite a lot of there are a lot of hotels just to the south of the recreation ground, which is number 21, which is on the border of the French concession in this kind of area here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it works.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And plus the recreation ground might be easy to get taxis in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that.
I speak some French as well.
Perfect. Didn't learn much French when I was over there, Lucky.
Look out.
Kind of like the script for a Commando comic.
Okay, you head across to the area we discussed, and you find the first hotel you come across that looks to fit the bill is the Magnolia House Hotel. It's a 4-story building in a kind of quieter garden-lined garden-lined establishment tucked behind wrought iron gates. It's literally just 1 block away from the recreation ground in a kind of leafy suburby area, which is just on the border of the French concession. The French concession actually starts where that one long straight road is.
Let's get 2 rooms and go in as 2 pairs.
Yeah, I was going to say you won't have any choice. They don't have any rooms with any more than 2 beds anyway.
Well, yeah. Before we even find that out, let's not even bother trying. 4 blokes all together. It's all a bit suspicious. Let's pair up.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, Lockie. It's
military gentlemen together then.
Yeah.
Okay. They have 1 room on the 2nd floor and 1 on the 3rd floor. Twin room that are available.
Shall we take the 2nd floor, Bert? Because that'll be the one they go for first if they find us.
You know what? Actually, should we split the military gentlemen up? Just.
Yeah, that might be.
Not that I'm saying the other 2 need looking after.
Yeah, you are.
But that is literally what I'm saying.
Yeah. But then, I don't know, gentlemen, what do you think? There's an argument for not splitting the group in such a way that you've got 2 weaker groups. We have 1 strong group.
Look, it's probably for a night, isn't it? I think is the plan to move every day for the next couple of days.
Yeah,
we're the pair who look like we belong together. That's all I was thinking. Yeah, I'm overthinking it. Me and Leach will get a room.
Yeah, fine. We can mix it up if we we'll mix it up.
Yeah,
as long as you 2 are all right with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, the hotel itself is modest, but you find it to be exquisitely arranged when you go inside. The foyer itself has a mosaic of pale jade and cream stone with a magnolia flower at its centre. In fact, all the fixtures are brass, and it's dark wood, tall, narrow windows framed with ivory curved drapes in classic French style. So yeah, it's even though it's smaller and less salubrious than the Astoria, it still has a pleasant boutique-y type feel to it. And it feels safe, more to the point. So you're going to have Bert and Lucky going on the 2nd floor. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Right. You book yourself into the hotel. What are you doing with the trunk?
I'll keep it with me and Lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Righty-ho. You are now checked into the hotel.
We gather together in one of the rooms or the bar and have a discussion about what we're going to do.
Okay.
Oh, the bar sounds brilliant.
They do have a small bar.
We'll head there
Okay.
and order some drinks.
Depending on the time of day.
It's
mid-afternoon, I guess, because the doctor was with us for a while, wasn't he?
yeah.
Past 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay. Bear with me a second.
Yeah, so we could have some light bites.
The bar at the Magnolia Host Hotel is a jewel box of a room, small enough that voices never need to rise above a murmur, refined enough to feel like a private saloon tucked away from the world. Soft amber lights, frosted glass sconces shaped like magnolia petals. There are 6 stools which line the bar, and 3 tables, one by a window. Do you go and grab yourself a drink?
Yep.
We'll go to the most.
We don't want to be near the window, do we?
Perhaps we take a table, I think, somewhere away from the bar so we can have a quieter conversation.
Okay. There's a couple of other guests here kind of speaking in low tones. You see an artist on one of the tables sketching in a notebook. The bartender is dressed in a white jacket and black tie. He moves with quiet precision, polishing glasses. Okay, walk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not drinking anything alcoholic.
He doesn't sleep, he doesn't drink. What does he do?
Must be something inside.
So what next?
Well, Miss Lee's investigations with Brady and the Stumbling Tiger have come to an end. So there's not much that we can do to follow that up at the moment. So we have Miss Lynn and her knowledge of local folklore.
Have we actually braved going into the Stumbling Tiger?
No.
Not yet.
We walked past. And then there's Ho Fang and what's going on in his warehouse.
There's the Dark Mistress as well. It's supposed to arrive about once a week, isn't it? Did we discover when it last arrived?
Oh, was it that it arrived on Saturdays and left on Sundays?
Right.
So we may have missed it for this week.
Oh no, it was Monday last. It was last. Well, the notes I made, it said it had been in Shanghai 4 times recently, arriving about once a week, usually at dusk, departing at midnight the same day, and it was last here on Monday last week. It could have arrived last night. It may arrive today. It's due a visit.
Go low.
I think that's our next stop then. We're gonna when we travel around, we're gonna have to split up. We should travel in 2s. It's too obvious travelling as a 4.
Yeah. We don't have to keep massive distance between ourselves, but we do need to make an effort to look like we're
not together.
Not together.
In some form of disguise?
Yeah, well, we're wearing different clothes. I'm going to grow my beard, get a different outfit.
I think I might join you.
It's going to take you a bit of time.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be amazed how quickly I can squeeze out a beard.
Time to find out what that chin looks like under there, Jacob.
I haven't seen it for years.
Yes.
I'm rather proud of my beard, but it's staying put.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
And likewise, I'm rather attached to my moustache.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
but if it has to go, it has to go.
Well, I should say we would need to do something about changing our appearance somewhat. Different clothes aren't going to cut it. But anyway, something else to worry about in the meantime.
If we're going to try and find the Dark Mistress, then that, we were told it normally arrives at dusk, so...
Travelling at night in the evenings will be sensible. Also a good way to break into places. Those are the kind of investigations I think we'll be doing for a while. Going around openly asking questions is a surefire way for us to attract attention. Because the kind of people we want to be asking questions of are the kind of people that are going to want to kill us.
This evening we're going to take a trip down to the docks and see if we can find the ship.
Yeah.
What about the is it Miss Ling?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we worry about that after we deal with the ship.
Madam Lin, sorry.
Yes. So from what I gather, from what we know, she's quite transactional, so we're likely to get the most assistance from her if we have something to offer her.
Well, we have things in the chest that we can give her, don't we?
Yeah, I think, did we discuss perhaps one of the books?
Yes.
Or making some inquiries about whether she'd be interested in purchasing a book?
That's our in, is that we have things to trade, things that we no longer need, but still have value.
One of the books that we can't read, I would suggest disposing of that first. But then again, if we find things on the Dark Mistress.
Exactly, that's why I was saying we don't worry about it until after, well, if we'd be alive to concern ourselves over that subsequent plan.
The plan is to see if the ship's there tonight and perhaps see Madame Ling tomorrow.
Yes. Well, let's do that then. I don't think we need to plan any further than that.
Okay. So that is your plan.
Yes.
You're gonna wait for a couple of hours here till dusk and then head to the docks. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we do find the ship, are we going to try and get on board to investigate?
Yes, I think so. I think we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive in our approach now because, well, we have to move fast because they are hunting us and they're going to try and kill us. So quiet investigation and asking questions isn't going to get us to where we need to be. We need to find information fast.
I agree, yeah.
Even if that means increased risk, increased reward, we can find who's after us and we can get to them before they can get to us.
Well, the longer we spend here, the risk increases anyway, so...
Exactly. Well, I want to get out of Shanghai as soon as possible, unless you're talking about just this hotel. But we need to eliminate whatever's going on in Shanghai and find, as soon as we can, what the connection is with Kenya and Australia. Put a stop to whatever it is they're doing here. We had to leave Egypt sooner than I would have liked. So we need to put a stop to this. Be more effective than we were in Cairo.
Well, I don't disagree. So.
Okay. So, right. You wait another couple of hours in the hotel, in the bar, and then in your room. And then night begins to draw in. And Shanghai becomes its normal sea of neon. How are you heading to the docks? You mentioned that you're going to go travel separately now. Are you taking two separate taxis, or how's it working? It's about 1.75 miles from where you are to the Bund, the docks.
Well, I think if we're going any distance, even a mile, certainly take taxis. Less likelihood of us being grabbed and dragged off the streets.
Yeah,
two taxis is no big deal because you just tell them the same destination. We'll be back together again, and then away from that, it's fine.
Okay.
And who travels with whom?
You just go as per the rooms, do you?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Okay. You head east by taxi towards the docks, across the Suchao River, where you can see the Hotel Astoria on the other side. So you're around this kind of area here, northern bank of the Wangpu River, which is where you went to the wharf before, didn't you? Okay. You're dropped off just across the bridge, and you're walking separately all together now once you dropped off.
We'll still stay in pairs.
Okay. So what's the plan then? As you walk along the wharf, obviously you're heading towards the mooring. I don't think you all know where the mooring is, because I have a feeling that, from memory, was it just the two of you that found it before? Or was it? No, it was the three. It was only Jacob that didn't go here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I
think if we keep in two groups, but keep within sight of each other, so we can.
Okay.
Lucky Umberto leads, so the others can just follow us to where we're.
And what's the plan? Just to walk down the side of the docks, as if you're just going for a stroll, just to see whether anything is around.
Yeah.
Okay. And keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious or being followed.
Okay.
Paranoid.
Right.
Other than us.
Okay. Who's going who's going to be at the front? Who's going to be heading towards the wharf first?
Bert and Lucky.
Okay, Bert and Lucky, as you head towards mooring 3674J, which is where you know the Dark Mistress moors, you see, rather than an empty wharf, which is what you saw last time, in the dim light, you see a trim, well-appointed 90-foot steam yacht, sturdy square lines associated with the late 19th century naval architecture, and you can see the faded name of the Dark Mistress written along its side.
Is there any sign of crew on board?
You're just going to walk past, you're not going to stop,
Just walk past. Yeah, just walk past for now.
Okay.
The lights.
Yeah, you can both sets of two can see this vessel now. Can I ask everybody to make a spot hidden roll, please?
Okay, so if Bert and Lucky are walking past, Jacob and Edward stop short.
I think Jacob succeeded.
You rolled a 2. You're really underselling your succeeded, aren't you?
Extreme success.
Well, that's absolutely what you needed, so well done.
Well, I feel quite inadequate with my hard success.
Okay.
I got a 13, but I was rolling a d20 by accident.
Yeah, okay. I wonder why someone's rolling a d20.
You hit.
I got a regular success.
Yeah,
Okay.
so a regular success versus a Redwood 2.
Okay. Bear with me. Can I just ask everybody just to nip off for 1 minute whilst I speak to Andy? That's right. Okay. And Andy, you just happen to glance across at the boat just as a crew member emerges from inside the ship with carrying a lantern, and actually the lantern basically completely lights him up, so you get a really good view. You see a thin, stoop-shouldered man, not much under 6 feet tall, maybe 35, but there are odd, deep creases in the sides of his neck, which make him seem older. He has a dull, expressionless face, a narrow head, bulging, watery blue eyes that seem not to wink, and a flat nose, a receding forehead and chin, and singularly underdeveloped ears. His long, thick lip, has a long, thick lip, greyish cheeks. Greyish cheeks seemed almost beardless, except for some sparse yellow hairs that straggle and curl on irregular patches. There are odd, irregular patches of skin on the surface that seem to suggest some sort of queer cutaneous disease. Okay?
Yeah, is he Western rather than Asian?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The rest, get them all back.
Hello.
Bonjour.
So was it Bert and Lucky that got the success?
Yes.
I got a hard success.
Oh, you got a hard success. Okay. Lucky, you see a couple of shadowy figures on the boat. One of them just coming out of the cabin, but it's quite dark, so you don't get a particularly good glimpse of him. But you see the same figures, but you notice that they're oddly stooped, seem quite hunched, even though they're quite tall. The two figures that you see are kind of hunched, almost like as if they're cold or something, but you can't really understand why they would be. It's not that cold. They kind of that's the impression you get. Is like they're kind of hunched and they kind of move in quite a stiff way, quite odd. Yeah. But you can't see any more than that because obviously you're not really stopping to look, are you? Because you're trying to make it look like you're just walking past. So you've now gone past the front of the Dark Mistress and you're walking off carry on walking on down the dock.
Later, Lucky. What I saw. Should we pause and wait for the other two? Just confer.
Maybe we do it if we head up an alleyway or something. They can follow, and then we'll do it.
Good idea.
Okay. So Jacob and Sir Edward, you see your two colleagues kind of move away across the dockside towards an alleyway between two warehouses.
Okay.
You going to follow them?
Looks like we should follow. I didn't quite catch the start of when we came back. So did Jacob, did you say anything to Sir Edward about what you saw?
No,
not yet. No, I'll wait until we got together. Are we all together now?
Yeah. Okay. So you presently you arrive at the alleyway as well. You obviously see Bert and Lucky standing in the alleyway between the two warehouses.
Did you see the chap with the lantern?
Yeah,
No.
I saw people on the ship, but on the boat. But other than that, I got no detail.
He was a singularly unusual chap. Thin, he's Western, stoop-shouldered. I got a good look at him. He was, I don't know, about 35, touch under 6 foot. Facially, he was really odd. Had these deep creases in the side of his neck and bulging, watery eyes, a flat nose, a receding chin. He had this sort of sparse, straggly yellow facial hair in patches and odd disease-looking patches of skin. He was the most striking person I've seen for many a year. Did no one see him?
I didn't see in that detail, mate. I did see the figures were awfully hunched and they looked odd. Like they were cold, maybe, but just doubled over.
Everybody make a D20 roll percentile dice, please.
Sounds like that fellow you met in Peru, Larkin.
38.
I've rolled 10. I've rolled 10.
Okay. Albert Briggs 10. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. Thank you. Thank you all. Carry on.
I don't think he matches the description of Larkin, but they all sound. It wasn't just one. They all had that appearance.
You met him, Jacob. You don't think he sounded like that Larkin fella?
Not really. Well, Larkin looked distinctly unwell, but no, not quite the same. No.
No. All right.
No.
Well, it's not just so that you haven't got one ill crew member.
No, I saw loads that were huddled over, just not in the same detail.
So maybe they've, unless it's a congenital condition and they're all family members or they've been poisoned or something, but there's something odd about them. I wonder if they'll come off the boat, if they'll come on shore at all. Should watch, because if they're loading and unloading, we'll get a better look at them.
When do we expect it to sail again?
I think it always left the next day, didn't it? From
it did.
What was said, which would suggest that they prefer the cover of darkness.
Well, if they look as strange as you're saying, then that's not surprising, is it? I wonder if there's any normal crew there. Did we identify a warehouse that was connected to the boat?
No.
No.
I gave you the name of half a dozen.
Yeah, you did, but none of them.
I made a note of four of them that were nearby. But
given the time of night, can we see any lights on in any of the warehouses that would be close to that berth?
Okay, you can have a look around, are you?
Yeah.
Right, you have.
See whether we can identify any activity in any of them, because it's a bit late for anybody else to be working.
And was the ship? The ship is a steam yacht, isn't it? Rather.
Yeah.
It's a steam yacht. Yeah.
Is that got much cargo capacity?
It's got a reasonable amount, but not as much. It's not as much as.
Not a dedicated cargo ship, though.
No, it's not. It's not a dedicated cargo ship. It's not a hauler.
Was it particularly high or low in the water? I'm just sort of trying to get a grasp as to whether it might have been.
Yeah, you didn't really notice, to be honest, because you were more focused on the actual look at the crew, really. Yeah, no, you didn't. I mean, you can. It's not very far away, so you can still see it from here, pretty much. So you could probably go and have another look if you wanted. You haven't gone that far away. You just walked past it and then gone up to the alleyway, haven't you?
I'll just have a quick look to see if it's particularly high or low in the water. I just want to try and get a grasp on whether it's to be loaded or not, or unloaded.
Okay, make a spot roll for me. Lucky, there are quite a lot of lights on there. There is quite a lot of work that goes on around the docks, even at night. It's quite a big city, so it's not. There's not going to be sufficient. It's not going to be sufficiently quiet for that to be suspicious, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think Jacob can probably actually see through into the cargo compartment with that roll.
can't believe you rolled another 2. That's ridiculous.
Another extreme success.
Sorry, he couldn't look forward to an absolute failure when it becomes
Yeah.
vital.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he can see that the ship looks. Yeah. It's not. You don't think it's got any cargo on it at all.
Okay.
Completely unloaded. Okay. I think that's a good place to leave it as well. I will see whether Jacob's superb eyesight garners him any more information at the beginning of the next session.
That's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We'll be back next Thursday.